Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, welcome to Learner Competitive Exams. लर्नर कम्पिटेटिव एग्ज़ाम के प्लेटफॉर्म पे आपको एक बार फिर खुशामदीद. टुडे वी विल डिस्कस पाकिस्तान अफेयर्स इम्पोर्टेंट टॉपिक्स रीजनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस एंड पाकिस्तान. रीजनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में पाकिस्तान का क्या रोल है और पाकिस्तान कहाँ पे स्टैंड करता है. तो डियर स्टूडेंट, ये वाज़ेह रहे कि रीजनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एंड पाकिस्तान इसके 3 लेक्चर होंगे. फर्स्ट लेक्चर में आप सार्क, सेकंड लेक्चर में SCO और थर्ड लेक्चर में आप ECO को देखेंगे. तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल लेक्चर फर्स्ट को देखते हैं. सार्क, साउथ एशियन एसोसिएशन फॉर रीजनल कोऑपरेशन. तो सार्क क्या है, इसकी हिस्ट्री क्या है, इसका इंट्रोडक्शन, इसके मोटिव्स और इसमें पाकिस्तान का स्पेसिफिक हम रोल देखेंगे. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इंट्रोडक्शन. सार्क इस्टेब्लिश इन 1985. मेंबर कंट्रीज़ में देखें अफ़गानिस्तान, बांग्लादेश, भूटान, इंडिया, मालदीव, नेपाल, पाकिस्तान और श्रीलंका है. कोर ऑब्जेक्टिव्स में देखें तो टू प्रमोट एंड स्ट्रेंथन कलेक्टिव सेल्फ रिलायंस अमंग द कंट्रीज़ ऑफ साउथ एशिया, contribute to develop mutual trust, understanding and appreciation of one another's problem, promote active collaboration and mutual assistance in the economic, social, cultural, technical and scientific fields, to strengthen cooperation with other developing countries, to strengthen cooperation among themselves in international forums on matters of common interest, to cooperate with international and regional organizations with similar aim and purpose. It aims to accelerate the process of economic and social development in member states. SAARC provides a platform for the people of South Asia to work together in the spirit of understanding. In April 2007, at the association's 14th summit, अफगानिस्तान became its member. 8 मेंबर ये इंक्लूड हुआ था. तो ये साउथ एशियन एसोसिएशन रीजनल कोऑपरेशन है, ये इसके मेंबर्स हैं. तो ऑब्जर्वर को देखें ऑस्ट्रेलिया, चाइना, यूरोपियन यूनियन, जापान, ईरान, मॉरिशस, म्यांमार, साउथ कोरिया और USA. एवोल्यूशन की बात करें तो इन द लेट 1970s बांग्लादेशी प्रेसिडेंट ज़ियाउर रहमान प्रपोज द क्रिएशन ऑफ अ ट्रेड ब्लॉक कंसिस्टिंग ऑफ साउथ एशियन कंट्रीज. President Rahman addressed letter to the heads of government of the countries of South Asia presenting his vision for the future of the region and the compelling argument for the regional cooperation in the context of evolving international relations या international realities. Foreign secretaries of 7 countries met for the first time in Colombo in April 1981 and identified 5 broad areas for regional cooperation. A series of meetings followed in Nepal, Kathmandu, November 1981, Pakistan, Islamabad, August 1982, Bangladesh, India, Delhi, July 1983 to enhance regional cooperation. The next step of this process was the Foreign Minister meeting in New Delhi in 1983, where they adopted the Declaration on South Asian Regional Cooperation. First SAARC summit held on 7 to 8 December in 1985 in Dhaka, where the heads of state or government of the 7 countries adopted the charter formally establishing the SAARC. प्रिंसिपल की बात करें तो रिस्पेक्ट फॉर सोवरेनिटी, टेरिटोरियल इंटेग्रिटी, पॉलिटिकल इक्वलिटी एंड इंडिपेंडेंस ऑफ ऑल मेंबर स्टेट्स. Second, non-interference in the internal matters. Third, cooperation for mutual benefit. Fourth, all decisions to be taken unanimously. Fifth, all bilateral issues to be kept aside and only multilateral issues to be discussed. सम इम्पॉर्टेंट फीचर और फैक्ट्स की बात करें तो सार्क रीजन की पॉपुलेशन इसकी मोर देन 1.6 बिलियन है, जो कि 1/5 ऑफ द वर्ल्ड पॉपुलेशन बनता है। लो पर कैपिटा इनकम विद वास्ट पॉपुलेशन लिविंग इन पॉवर्टी। लो पर कैपिटा एनर्जी कंजप्शन 540 kgoe पर कैपिटा पर ईयर। यूरोपियन यूनियन की देखें 3536, यूएस की 151, मलेशिया की 2391, चाइना की 1695 और वर्ल्ड एवरेज की देखें 1788 है। लो एक्सेस टू इलेक्ट्रिसिटी एंड लो कंजप्शन। Even at this level, region is facing huge energy shortage. Energy deficient except Bhutan and high oil import dependence, which is on rise due to rise in demand. Annual commercial energy consumption 655 million. Commercial energy demand will be more than 2000 million by 2030. Low cross-border energy trade, resource potential underexplored. Energy trade, a vision for South Asia Energy Network. Nepal and Bhutan have hydroelectric potential more than their requirement, which can be tapped and trade among SAARC countries. Central Asian countries and Iran has huge gas reserve, which can be imported through pipeline to the SAARC countries. This gas in phases may be transported to other South Asian countries in the similar fashion as the Trans-Siberian pipeline extended in Europe. Electricity trade with resource-rich Central Asian countries, Tajikistan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan may expand through Afghanistan to Pakistan and India. Initially, the energy trade can progress in two clusters, East and West cluster, which ultimate goal to merge into greater energy network. Progress so far. SAARC celebrated 25 years of existence at its 16th summit held on 2018 to 2019 April 2010 in Bhutanese capital Thimphu. Formed Instrument of Regional Cooperation, South Asian Free Trade Agreement SAFTA, Convention on Fighting Terrorism, SAARC Development Goals SDGs, SAARC Development Fund, SAARC Food Bank. Observer states granted to US, Japan and China. Regional Agreement on Trade in Services. Institutions need to address issues of empowerment and formulate appropriate implementation and monitoring strategies. Intra-regional trade is less than 8% of total trade in South Asia. World Bank 2014 की रिपोर्ट के मुताबिक presence of tariff and non-tariff barriers, substantial potential for trade due to high population density and geographical proximity. Trade essential to achieve investment, generate employment and mitigate poverty in the region. Indo-Pak trade की बात करें तो percentage of total exports 1.93, percentage of Pakistan total import 3.74, percentage of India's total export 1.13, percentage of India's total import 0.31. ट्रेड फैसिलिटीज़ मेजर की बात करें तो ये कंपैरिजन दिया हुआ है रीजन का और रीजनल ट्रेड इंटीग्रेशन का ये एक चार्ट दिया हुआ है। सार्क प्रेफरेंशियल ट्रेडिंग एग्रीमेंट सैप्टा की बात करें तो एग्रीमेंट ऑन सैप्टा वाज साइंड ऑन 11 April 1993 and entered into force on 7 December 1995 to promote and sustain mutual trade and economic cooperation within the SAARC region through the exchange of concession, the establishment of intergovernmental group to formulate an agreement to establish SAPTA by 1997 was approved in the 6th Summit of SAARC held in Colombo in December 1991. Principles underlying SAPTA: overall reciprocity and mutuality of advantage, negotiation of tariff reforms, recognition of the special needs of the least developed contracting states, and agreement on concrete professional measures in their favor, inclusion of all products, manufactured and commodities in their raw, semi-proceed and proceed forms. So far, 4 rounds of trade negotiations have been concluded under SAPTA, covering over 5,000 commodities. SAFTA South Asian Free Trade Agreement. The agreement on the South Asian Free Trade Area is an agreement reached at the 12th SAARC Summit at Islamabad, capital of Pakistan, on 6 January 2004. Free trade area covering 1.4 billion people in India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Bhutan, and Maldives. The new agreement, SAFTA, came into being on 1 January 2014 and will be operational following the ratification of the agreement by the 7 governments, India, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka, to bring their duties down to 20% in the first phase of the 2-year period ending in 2015. In the final 5-year ending 2018, the 20% duty will be reduced to zero in a series of annual cuts. Nepal, Bhutan, and Maldives 3 years to reduce tariff to zero. Key features of SAFTA build on SAARC preferential trade agreement, enhance scope of inter-regional trade dialogue to include competition, trade and transportation, harmonization of legislation, banking procedures, forex regulations, and immigration process. Trade liberalization program reduce tariff and eliminate restriction on quantity of goods traded. Trade not only in goods but in services and investment tool. Non-LDC members state required to reduce existing tariff to 20% within 20 years and then to 0 to 5% in the next 5 years. LDC member countries required to reduce existing tariff to 30% in 2 years and then 0 to 5% in next 8 years. Draft Intergovernmental Framework Agreement for Cooperation in Electricity. Draft of a SAARC Intergovernmental Framework Agreement for Energy Cooperation Electricity, endorsed by Energy Ministers meeting in Dhaka 15 September 2011, is under consideration of SAARC member states. Ultimate objective is to create a SAARC market for electricity. SAM. SAARC Energy Ring. SAARC Energy Ring, a vision given by SAARC leaders at the 2004 Islamabad Summit. 4 expert group preparing way forward based on dynamic concept of energy ring, considering the following: Number 1, oil and gas. Number 2, electricity. Number 3, renewable energy. Number 4, technology transfer, including coal and energy efficiency. All the expert group convened their meetings and prepared the TORs and world plan for implementation. SAARC एनर्जी रिंग फर्स्ट पावर ग्रिड आप देख सकते हैं पाकिस्तान, इंडिया, नेपाल, इंडिया, भूटान, बांग्लादेश, इंडिया, म्यांमार, इंडिया, नेपाल, और नेक्स्ट किर्गिस्तान, ताजिकिस्तान, अफगानिस्तान और पाकिस्तान, ताजिकिस्तान, अफगानिस्तान, तुर्कमेनिस्तान, अफगानिस्तान, ईरान और अफगानिस्तान। नेक्स्ट इंडिया और श्रीलंका। सेकंड गैस ग्रिड म्यांमार और Bangladesh or India. Next, Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, Iran, Pakistan, India, Qatar, Pakistan, India. Political issues and effectiveness. SAARC has intentionally laid more stress on core issues rather than more decisive political issues like the Kashmir dispute and Sri Lankan civil war. SAARC is unable to play a crucial role in integrating South Asia. Over the years, SAARC's role in the South Asia has been greatly diminished and is now used as a mere platform for annual talks and meetings between its members. European Union and SAARC. 1999, European Union and SAARC agreed to cooperate on improving market access for SAARC products into European Union. European Union is convinced that SAARC could play a useful role in regional cooperation and dialogue. अगर फ्यूचर मेंबर्स की बात करें तो द पीपल रिपब्लिक ऑफ चाइना, द इस्लामिक रिपब्लिक ऑफ ईरान, द रशियन फेडरेशन, यूनियन ऑफ म्यांमार, द रिपब्लिक ऑफ साउथ अफ्रीका. चैलेंजेस की बात करें तो पॉलिटिकल टेंशन एंड कन्फ्लिक्ट्स इन साउथ एशिया रीजन, obstruction to free movement of people, labor, currency and other forms of capital. Presence of protectionist trade barriers, multiple bilateral regional issues or agreement aggravate complexity of issues. Achievements की बात करें तो SAPTA जो कि was signed on 7 December 1995, SAFTA was signed in Islamabad in January 2004, SAARC Chamber of Commerce and Industry, SAARC constitutes South Asian Development Funds, signed on agreement of mutual assistance, avoidance of double taxation were signed. Failure of SAARC की बात करें तो India tries to dominate the function and activities of SAARC, large variety of different political systems, large variety regional and cultural differences. They lack financial resources and advanced technologies, involvement of external factors, internal problem constituting social, economic and developmental and growth issue, bilateral dispute and differences. Food security reserve failed to meet the need of Bangladesh, suffered from an acute resource crunch. Way forward की बात करें, need to improve, need to move beyond more framework and policy documents to include practical provision, official dialogue between SAARC countries through conference, meetings and seminars, advocacy and outreach campaign, civil society organization to encourage policy dialogue with SAARC parliamentarians, develop network of South Asian research institutions focusing on regional trade, ease of travel restriction between countries, expand positive list of trade items, explicit requirement to reduce negative list over time, explicit requirement to reduce NTBs, make rules of origin flexible, fight against terrorism, economic integration can in turn. तो क्लास डिस्कशन के लिए इंडो पाक हॉस्टिलिटी पेरिल्स SAARC, तो ये जो SAARC के लिए SAARC का एक मुख्तसर सा और प्रिसाइज लेक्चर था. तो उम्मीद करते हैं आपके लिए यह वीडियो बहुत हेल्पफुल साबित होगी. इंशाल्लाह नेक्स्ट वीडियो में नेक्स्ट टॉपिक को हम डिस्कस करेंगे. तब तक अपना ख्याल रखिएगा. अल्लाह हाफिज़.